Well, this is going to be interesting to see. This is RNG's first series for the China Dota Association as well. You know, right now a lot of teams are getting practice non-stop, honestly, with what's, you know, transpiring. We see a whole lot of China region, the China League games, which is really awesome to see as well. And they're gonna go for them. They're actually morphling themselves. I mean, I know RNG are super comfortable with the morphling here. They also have the nice kind of support in the Bane, which is interesting. This morphling, I mean, it's gonna get protected because of the Outward Devourer here, but even with that being said, kind of just I know RNG have a lot of priority of giving Monate the morphing. They're able to play this incredibly well, and this is a hero that, I mean, Sparking just already have a whole lot of sustain. You take a look at the Chen, Dazzle, you know, Pango to Sam as well. It's kind of like I don't know if I want to say like effective sustain. It's just it's kind of, you know, a little bit a wonky way to look at it. It's more the fact that it's really nice at being able to just stop the effective damage coming through. But they have, I mean, with the Ancient Apparition already banned out, this full kind of sustain lineup that they have right now, Dazzle, Chen, and they can flex the Chen as well. So they can flex, not the Chen, the Dazzle. We've seen Sparking put it on OP in the 3. They've also, you can also, you know, give it to DD. I know Newbie actually like giving the Dazzle over to Mugi, so putting that in the 1 a couple times there. So they're even gonna Naga into the Lion. Okay, this is interesting. I mean, right now they don't have guaranteed ways to be able to deal with the illusions. As give me a second. Apologies, but yeah, they don't have a guaranteed way to be able to really deal with the illusions. It looks like we might see
5 seconds remaining.
a lot of time we're seeing the Naga with a nice, like, it's either against like the Void for that matchup, or it's you have like kind of a nice setup in the ultimate with the Jakiro a little bit. And we haven't really seen the Naga disrupt the combo in a while, but it is also a nice matchup versus the Morphling. I mean, Morphling's very single target reliant, so not really being able to deal with the illusions. You just get on top of you straight away. That, I mean, the Riptide, you just absolutely melt through. We're going to see him in Sparking looking for what I imagine would be their DD here, unless they do flex the Dazzle. But no, they're going to put the Conquer mid. It's a nice hero when you don't know the other middle matchup. You know, you might be at threat of getting Razor potentially if Setsu wants. If Setsu wants to pull that out for the matchup as the Conquer.
10 seconds remaining.
What are they lacking though? You've not a. I mean, they got decent lockdown. I feel like you just want this laning presence to be able to make a lot of space for the Morphling. I think that's the big issue right now, is because Conquer's going to be able to make the rotations here. So if you can kind of beat the Conquer matchup and at least null out some of his rotation effect, and okay, they're gonna similar in that, which gives you a really nice lane matchup. My only issue with Necro is that it's going to a bunch of heals. Like, you have the Grave. Like, this is really interesting. You got the heal burst from the Dazzle, the Chen Mech, Hand of God, so it's very difficult to be able to get the Necro ulti out. The thing is that they do have a lot of burst damage. You take a look, like, you know, once Monate has the shotgun, Lion with the Finger of Death, but Dazzle just kind of saves Grave, and that's the issue. Like, if you can kill the Dazzle, I guess you just Necro ulti the Dazzle, and then you're kind of fine in that regard. But even then, it's a little difficult for them to actually really be able to do anything so far. So, I mean, it looks like, once again, Spark and Arrow, they're going to have a relatively good way to be able to deal with the position 1 here. You know, the Naga against the Morphling is a great matchup, and with all the sustain coming through from the Dazzle and Chen, it's going to be a little awkward for them to take fights though. Like, they don't have a lot of stuns, which it does make me feel like Morphling can pop off here. The only issue is if you relate it back down to the ones, then it's a bit of an awkward matchup in that regard, just because the Naga being able to kind of deal with the Morphling. But even then, so this is going to be game 2. RNG up against Sparking. See what the boys are able to pull out here. RNG looking to at least force the full best of 3 going the distance, trying to make sure that Sparking don't end another day being on top, flawless at the moment, 4-0 in the count. But they've definitely got the lineup to be able to take this. The one thing I do think they're struggling is kind of the lack of catch. They can play relatively fast, but you don't really... I mean, does Conquer go for the Spirit Vessel to try and deal with a Morphling? Oh yeah, this is a great Spirit Vessel game, actually. If Conquer wants to go for it, I mean, you take a look. It's against the Necrophos, against the Morphling. As we should see, it should be a relatively easy way.
Prepare
Even then.
for battle.
Oh, Ian. Oh.
Yeah, but I abandoned.
No, you have.
The draft.
We are back. Don't worry. There's draft this set. We'll give you some time to take a look at it, but it's all good. We did not miss much at all. RNG. Just you see, they've gonna give the Morphling over to Monate here. So.
Setsu got demoted.
Ooh.
Now you are playing the support core.
Oh yeah, it's actually Flywin on the Necro. Okay. I thought they were going to put the Necro in.
against Naga Siren lane. Oh, that is no fun. No bueno for Naga. So he dodges the lane.
30 seconds to battle.
Interesting. A Mars as well. This is going to be a nice matchup for Setsu going against the Conqueror, I feel. What's the armor actually? Let's see. He's got 2 armor. He does have that ring of protection. Wait, does Mars have no base armor? Oh, I didn't know that.
You call 2 armor no?
No, but a base. I mean, he's got the ring of protection. Without that, then he would have none, right?
The battle begins.
That is the base armor, my friend.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. The tower. Yes. Yes. It's getting plus. Yes.
The tower and
Oh, I can. Yep.
Okay, I'm
The
done.
added. No.
Yeah, for one moment you actually got me thinking. I'm like, huh?
For a second, I'm like,
No
yeah, hang
base
on.
armor?
Yeah, that I was really. I'm like, I'm almost certain Mars is. I always just that
Look
green
at
the
the-
added.
look-
Yeah,
Just look at the hero. He has a big
he's
shield.
got a big shield. He's got to have some armor there, right? It's even shown on the hero. Now the added green is with that tower. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of damage actually. Nicely done with the spear.
Yeah, you're humiliating him with no armor, so he
Oh,
got angry.
I've humiliated myself now. Oh no, it's all downhill from here. See, they're actually gonna start try and lane up top in the meantime. Dude, Super is getting a little bit of solo experience, so they do. You brought up the emphasis on the Necrophos against the Naga. They're gonna make sure they get the correct matchup there. So what's the bad thing about this matchup? Is there anything in particular?
You can't do anything to pressure the Necro. The Necro is gonna chase you out of the lane, kill your illusions, buy radiance, and at that point, sucks for you. Like Naga, the benefit about Naga is generally you get to farm no matter who you're laning against. You don't pressure the enemy off laner, but you always out farm them because you have illusions. You could just run here at this point, like maybe when you're level 3, you cut the wave and you farm the jungle. So you basically you play like an off laner and you out farm the enemy.
Yeah, it's just a nice way to be able to, especially in this side of the map, if you're in the off lane, so you're able to cut the wave jacket to the small camp and just get a whole lot of experience and gold. And I guess this takes away from the head-to-head matchup against the Necro as well, so we might see the Naga do that. Any shenanigans coming through there. Let's see. So Mars with his armor is having a relatively good start here. Imagine he can just constantly harass out with the God's Rebuke.
Yep, you look at the Radiant game plan, it's pretty similar to the last game of RNG. The four servants, the Kanka, the Chen, the Dazzle, they're gonna have I think Dazzle's gonna have a quick necro book. So with the Chen army, you get to have a really good setup to push Chen army plus the necro book, and the Pango and Konkai just by the side, looking for an opportunity to initiate. That's a really good setup for Naga to keep farming.
Yeah, just making the space, taking objectives. Do you think Conquer goes Spirit Vessel this game? I was trying to see who goes for it, because I think they definitely need one.
Possible. you kind of rather the Pango be able to buy it, but I think Kunkka is probably the one that can get it a lot faster against the Necro and the Morphling, so you need it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, it just depends who they go for it. I guess Felix on the Pango 4 might be able to pick this up, as they're actually going to have a tri-lane occur down bot. They'll leave the Necrophos in this solo matchup where Flywin is going to have a very good time.
This dual lane is pretty strong, Pango and Dazzle. I think they can actually compete with this tri-lane.
And as soon as you say that, yeah, September's just gonna dip out of there. So
it's not worth it to have 3 people here, because I don't think it changes the dynamic of the lane. The Morphling is still gonna farm, and you can't pressure to the point where the Dazzle cannot last it out. So there's no point having 3 heroes here. Not worth.
Not worth it all. Felix actually makes an aggressive swashbuckle there, and Almanate has got this waveform early picked up, so first blood's going to come through for the Morphling, and very nicely done. I mean, this is a good start to give him.
This is a thing about the laning phase where, I'm not sure if I explained this to you, but 4-minute rune, Lion's going to get an illusion rune. But sometimes you have to be content with what you're getting in the lane. The more you try to win the lane, sometimes it actually makes you
Lose the lane.
Lose the lane. And if you look at the state of the lane, the Dazzle was 19-7, right? Morphing is like 9-4. If you just try to control the wave and not do anything aggressive, the wave is going to be here. Imagine if they control the wave. So it's going to be like here. Because they did that, the wave pushed to the tower, so it gave Morphing time to last hit. That's why I think it's all these small little things would change the way the lane is played out, the mindset and how you see the lane.
Yeah, because now Morphling after that kill is able to kind of get a little bit of gold as well, having that free farm near the towers. We're seeing mid actually, DD has to pop the Fairy Fire, that Bracer, a lot of value coming through already. Red Panda's even going to be able to give him a Salve. Firebring would have done a lot on Setsu. I don't know if it would have been enough, but definitely would have done plenty of damage, as we do see the bounties as well getting picked up here. But OP's actually falling low when trying to find this kill here, but I feel like they're going to struggle with dealing with the Morphling with the lack of control they have. I mean, I know Naga is a pretty decent matchup, but just being able to lock this Morphling, if he is able to get the items, do you think he's going to have a relatively free game?
If he gets there, yes. He's definitely the strongest hero in this game. But they kind of have like a really greedy lineup with the Necro as well. They have 2 heroes that can be played as a position 1. I mean, obviously Necrophos you could itemize differently to towards a more utility-based setup, so that you can allow the Morphing to shine as a game-winning hero.
Yeah, sure.
But it would be nice to get a Radiance against the Naga. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're gonna struggle with dealing the illusions a lot. I don't remember, did they change the Hex and Mana Drain with... They don't one-hit illusions, right?
Oh yeah,
they changed that, correct?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
That does connect. Yeah, because I was thinking about that in the draft if it was still a thing. I know it used to be, but I'm pretty sure they changed it on that.
It takes like what, 2 seconds? How long does it take?
Top actually, the Scythe doesn't find Red Panda, but ooh, Flywin? He's got the pulse.
Doesn't matter. But so what's the change? It's like what, you take 2 seconds to kill the illusions?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not instant. Sorry, I'm actually. I know they changed it, but I'm not. Yeah, we're gonna find out definitely as it does go on. I mean, they still picked the Naga into the Lion, if I remember correctly. Did they? I actually don't remember the pick order now, but even then, I mean, they are getting Naga's getting still a lot of farm against this Necro. It looks like he's gonna start just cutting the wave.
This is there's nothing much you can do about it. If you look at how TNC does this as well, he's either here or here, and then the supports will give the Naga Observer Ward, so they have like either vision here or vision here. Then they just keep farming this area or this area.
Oh, okay. Well, the Mana Drain just killed one of the illusions. It was a little bit. Yeah, it was pretty fast, honestly. I was gonna say it wasn't slow at all.
So
I will see what the Hex does as well, but down bot super. A fair amount of damage we've seen Monet just right-clicking the creeps. Does get the level 6 though, so with the replicate, gets a little bit of the heal. Is actually going to try and put attention on OP, who will have another heal up in a couple of seconds, but it doesn't matter. Monet Now putting a fair amount of damage right now with 3 points up in the attribute shift. Oh, Setsu almost drops as well to the Tidebringer, so I'm going to try and... DD does... okay, he did commit the boat for that mid-fight.
Dire's structures are falling.
Actually, Felix, they've got a one on the back line. The Torrent onto two. Nicely done. They'll snipe over the Mars here. Have they dived a little bit too deep, though? Oh, get rid of the Nightmare. Beautifully done from the Chen. Might give enough space to DD to survive. Even Chen's going to be able to disengage as well. So they snipe him on the back line there. Felix does pay the price. They also find a courier too. Alright. And OP's got Necrobooks now. So would you... I was going to say, would you like to see the Dazzle go top and take the tier 1 tower top, and then it'll just kind of open up the farm for the Naga? Or are you happy with the Dazzle kind of keeping himself in the bottom lane?
I mean, obviously it's gonna be nice if you can do that. But I feel like it depends on what the Naga, where the Naga is playing. If the Naga is playing here, I kind of want to go, like you said, go top. If the Naga wants to stay here to take this area, then I want to push bot. I don't want to be near the Naga. We basically want to be at opposite ends.
Yeah, you're just taking away a little bit of farm for that Naga. I'm actually surprised she made the movement all the way down to bot. She didn't TP as well, so I guess just wanting to play around the Ancients in the meantime. Or she can farm it, because they don't really... I guess the Conquer can, but probably not as fast as what the Naga can in that regard. DD's still kind of occupying mid anyway, so even that being said... Necrophos is going to go for a Yule, so I imagine just preemptively into the Spirit Vessel that's going to come through, but I haven't seen anyone queue it up.
He's just expecting the Vessel, because there's a Morphling in the game, you know?
Radiant's top tower is under
And
yeah,
on top of that, it can be used to deal with the X-Mark, the spot, so...
That is nice.
Overall, it's just a very useful item here.
They're baiting up bot though, when they make OP dive a little bit too far here, so they'll find the push that Dazzle. Oh, Super gets... How does Super get that kill? Oh, unlucky.
Brain sap? He brain sap?
Yeah, I think he brain sapped for it. They also find another one.
I'm not sure I like what they're doing. They have the Pango and Chen here. The Dazzler is here alone. The Conquer is like here, farming. Like they're supposed to have 3 to 4 people together. With the I think the Chen and the Dazzle and the Conquer. These 3 people, you want to have the same trail of thought. You want to be on the same page. Go to one lane, shove it out, pressure a tower, and the Pango can be, you can be dead laning. And the Chen can recall you at the last moment to fight. That's how they're supposed to play their lineup, in my opinion. So they use everything in their arsenal. But if they're doing what they're previously doing, they're not using everything. And Setsu, X-Mark.
Yeah, attempt mid. There's a couple of rotations coming through from RNG. They give him the Nightmare. Isn't enough to keep him alive, however. It's a nice rolling thunder from Felix, creating chaos in the backline here. Flywind's even going to join the midst as well, but the Mars will still end up falling. They'll turn their attention now to Super with a lucky shot proc. He's also going... Oh, actually, kill. It's not enough. So Flywind, unfortunately, doesn't keep him alive, but instead he's going to try and turn his attention to Red Panda. In the meantime, Monet going toe-to-toe with OP. He's going to get the X mark. He should be fine, however, has the strength morph. But is this enough? As we see September decapitates Red Panda. The Finger of Death just shreds through him. Actually, DD, the Tidebringer, finds him on the backline. And now Flywind's in the middle of this as well here. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana to come through, so Flywind's going to get chased underneath the tower.
And the Necro going down.
No.
Disaster.
Setsu, after the respawn, we'll be able to find at least a return kill on top of the Pangolier, but DD put so much work in that fight here.
I mean, this is precisely what I said they should be doing. The 4 of them are together. They take a fight. X marks the spot initiate. They win the fight. It's just as easy as that. If you look at the Dire lineup, how are they supposed to team fight you, even with the Arena? They don't have enough team fight. Their lineup is more geared towards they do well in the lanes, they farm the map, speed push and go for pick off, speed lion. But right now, if SAG decides to group up, push towers, there's hardly anything the Dire can do to defend the towers.
Yeah, it's very difficult, as you see. I mean, also the sustain that's just coming through from Radiant. I mean, there's just the constant spam of Chen
Dazzle, and the Rum. Good luck killing even one hero.
Yep, these drawn out fights, and I mean, it's going to be hard to even find the Scythe kill unless it's on the Dazzle. I mean, just the heal burst, the Grave, it's going to struggle.
Yeah, the Divine Favor plus
they find Flywind actually again.
Where's your
rotations? Can they burst him down fast enough? Perfect use of the Chain Stun. Still will get a bunch of heals coming through, of course. Now Super's on the back line. They have the outpost control, and maybe Radiant have pushed the pressure a little bit too far here. Try and gets a side kill into OP, but he doesn't find the heal. And now, they'll bring him down. They're going to try and turn it with the Necrophos. End up falling. Dire. They do have a couple more rotations. Monade's even going to show up in the back line. We will see OP dropping. It's a 2 for 2 in the meantime.
Naga got a tower, so that's much better trade for Radiant overall.
Yeah, Morphling had to make that rotation to go help out top, as still doing well in the net worth, but
I mean, like you see the main difference here, right? The other team can fight before, whereas Dire needs the Morphling, like you said, to join the fights to have a chance to win the fights. That's why it's very important when did Radiant have last pick? Or Dire?
Who's last pick?
I thought you were here.
I was here. Hang on. I'm thinking.
The fact that you have to think.
SAG didn't. SAG didn't. I know the Conquer wasn't last.
Alright, so Morphling was the last pick for the Necro.
No, it was the Necro. I'm almost certain. Yeah,
you're almost certain. So
yeah,
I
well, because I said that they. I know the Conquer wasn't last pick because I brought that up. The fact that they picked the Conquer just because not seeing the other mid lane. So yeah, there was the Necro last pick. I do remember now. Don't you worry, Winter. We're on the ball. But DD is going for that Spirit Vessel. He's really close to it as well. But the Necrophos is about to hit the Yule Scepter timing too, so we'll have a nice way to be able to dispel off that kill potential. But oh, nice use of the song. Naga gets it out fast enough, and they're actually going to try and take this fight. OP's coming in the area. Naga's still hanging around. Chucks out the ensnare. Here comes Felix. The ultimate's available. The Nightmare's going to take away any impact there or potential with the ulti. So they're able to TP up. A couple of rotations force, I guess. That's about it.
Yeah, Manta almost completed by Naga. That's going to accelerate her farm even more. And that's going to cause a lot of problems with the creep wave. Start to look at the creep waves after this when the Naga has the Manta. Right now the waves are gonna be always like here when they have Manta.
Yeah, they don't have the greatest supports to shove it in.
It's gonna be up to like the Lion and Bane whether they can find the Naga and kill her and stop the push with the vision. The vision game is gonna be extremely important for RNG.
Do you want them to have aggressive wards, or where would you like them to? Where do you think they need to place them?
Lane wards or jungle wards. They need to see where the Naga is going to cut, because she wants to cut creeps and keep the wave on your face, so you cannot do anything.
Yep.
So wards like around this area, in the lanes, they are all excellent for this kind of scenario.
That's a good thing about the Naga, with just always having the information from the lanes. It makes it very difficult for the enemy team to be proactive with their movements and kind of hunting down heroes across the map. And with the Manta completed, also got a good old Ring of the Aquila as well, so they're going to be able to put pressure on the T2 tower here. OP, I wonder if we see the Dazzle go for a Medallion just to give them some Roshan taking potential. Trying to finish up the Greaves now.
That's a decent idea, I think. But I don't think they need the Medallion to do Rush. They have enough to do Rush with Riptide plus Bad Juju.
I don't think Bad Juju works on Roche.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does not. I know the Riptide does.
Let me double check. Bad Juju.
I think it used to, and then I'm almost certain they
I'm just scared to mess up your life.
To see if I'm right or wrong. Let's see. Firewin? Right. They're gonna run into him here. They've got the Spirit Vessel. Dai have the outpost control. Panago comes out incredibly early, because mid lane though, you see Red Panda's getting chased by Renee, but now with a real engagement, that's just the Yule Scepter dodges the first roll. Now they get the Fiend's Grip as well from Super, counteracting the Pango, but it's not going to matter. Flywin falling incredibly low here with the X drag back. The boat's going to claim the life, so it's a 1-for-1 to start.
Nice grave.
But Daya, they've got the movements coming through. Felix able to get the swashbuckle out. Pins him up, but it's actually the Dazzle now with the Finger of Death. Monet, a triple kill for the Morphling, getting very active early. Nice use to the replicate. Finds CD, tries to get his own X, but unfortunately they're still going to be able to drag him back here and now with the follow-up stuns. DD pays the price. Ultra kill for Monet after finding the Chen at that mid lane, being able to join them down bot. This is an E-Blade now completed for the Morphling, and he's neck and neck with the Naga Siren's farm.
That was like a huge win there for Dire.
Dire's top
Surprised Naga didn't try to come though. I felt like maybe they had a chance to take the fight. The MVP there was oh, never mind. The outpost wasn't the Radiant outpost. That's why he didn't want to come. As the Bane Fiend's Grip was what I felt like the MVP of the fight. The Pango did absolutely zero in the fights.
Yeah, it was a really nice Fiend script to hold the Pango in. And that USF the dodge as well from the Necro. It kind of put him in a... It still kind of... Necro did die because it didn't have the Scepter to be able to dispel off the... Yeah, I mean, they turned it. I mean, that was a beautiful fight. And Monate is...
He's the last pick, but he's not the win condition.
Yeah, Monate's balling right now. I mean, 7-1. 0 has the bleed completed.
They're gonna need a pipe though on Radiant. Or they have a pipe on Chen already.
Yeah, Chen's got pipe.
They're still very strong in the team fights. They just need to coordinate better to... They have so many disables from Pango, Konka, and the Naga coming in with the Ensnare. I'm sure they can stop the Bane Fiend Script easily. They just need to be able to, like, don't fight on low... Because just now the fight was happening on the low ground, the Dire was on the high ground. So it's very difficult for the Radiant team to understand who they are supposed to focus and how to take the fight.
Yeah, that was really awkward positioning for them.
Yeah, as long as they have the better vision, they still have what it takes to win the fights. So once again, the 4-man party. Let's go.
They're gonna make a
Naga's nearby. This time Naga's nearby. That's
trying to shove out the lane. So Super Smoke's gonna pop him and it's gonna try and beeline the opposite direction. Can they cancel the TP? Felix actually might find him here. Not catch
that
him.
was close. That was close.
So Bane's going to drop 30, but top lane is kind of pushed in. They've already taken the tier 2. Looks like they're going to try and beeline to Roche though. Did you see if Bad Juju affects?
Yes, it does not affect Roche. You are right. You keep your job. I'm getting fired.
God damn it, Winter. I was just wrong about the armor, but I make up for it. Wrong about the ring of protection, but this Roche has fallen really fast actually. And Dire, I mean, they're going to try and come in the area, but will they get that? They can use the song if they want to try and secure this, but it looks like no. They're just going to get clean. Fly went very far on the front line here. Losing the mana. Has to pop the Ghost Shard very early, but now with the Setsu ultimate, Rolling Thunder, where's the Bane to hold in the Pain Gleed? Felix is doing a great job of playing away from the Bane right now, and look at the chain lockdown, bouncing back and forth on top of the Marty. Nightmare's going to give him a little bit of space, but it's not going to matter here. Setsu will still end up falling, and now Fly wins the next target with the Spirit Vessel. Necrophos just does not feel as tanky as what that hero usually does. September's going to try and help out as much as possible. We actually see Southern side, Monate. He's running for his life right now. I mean, they do lack...
No TP. 5 seconds cooldown.
He should be fine. They don't have the Rolling Thunder. No way to be able to do anything. Monate's actually...
And look at how big of a difference it makes when the Nagas in the fights. Like the Dazzle, Heal Bomb on the illusions is not something to be underestimated.
And all the summons as well. You had the Chen, the Necro. Yeah, they've got a bunch of
stuff.
Yeah,
all the random
all
stuff.
The stuff. Yeah, it's just... And they don't really have the heroes to deal with all the stuff, and now they're going to take a second tier 2 tower. They're posturing like they're going to go high ground here, Winter. They're going to attempt. This is a tricky attempt here. We'll see what they can do. Poke and prod. They force out the glyph at least, so we'll back off and reset. They're actually going to hang around. Okay, so Morphling's trying to shove out bot here. What is he going for? He's still trying to close up on the Manta here, so a bit of poke, see what they can do. They get the X, now with the boat combination here, they're going to full try and attempt off Tosetsu. Now with the Spirit Vessel, Super needs to try and help out. He'll get the Nightmare, drops the Altar now, but all have raided, they're pretty much trapped inside. A nice E-Blade, a bunch of healers coming through from Flywind as well. They're staying around for a long duration here. Monate's even going to show up, and now with the damage, they commit their hand to go at the Grave as well. Finger of Death, they don't blow up anyone just yet. Somehow the Naga is still alive, and this is only the first life. Necrophos is the next target, however. Flywind running out to the eastern side here, raiding, still diving, not taking any objectives in the meantime, and it commits the waveform. He does have to swashbuckle up with the replicant, so nicely done there, but on top of the Necrophos with the Spirit Vessel will get brought down. So they do lose the Aegis on the Naga, but they'll find 2 RNG heroes. And they continue on. They're not done just yet. Mars does have a buyback if need be, definitely does not want to use it, unfortunately. So they'll find a tier 3 tower, and SAG are content with that. They're going to back out here. I mean, they're looking incredibly strong right now. SAG playing around with that Aegis timing, just grouping up with the mass sustain they have. Dire attempted. I'm not sure who the Lion Finger of Death actually, because if it was on the Grave target, it kind of felt fully nulled out, like it had no effect. Even then, DD. He's also got a bottle, a DD in the bottle. Oof. A make out for his name there as well. But what is what do you think RNG are able to do here? Are they just waiting for, you know, what's the big timing? Like it looks like
King Bar.
Yeah.
On what? On Aquaman.
They're about to have him completed, so. The issue is Radiant looks like they don't want to live up the stress right now.
The Necroforce is trying to get a Radiant, so I think you should just buy a Lotus Orb. I mean, to be honest, at this stage, there's no point trying to get the Radiance anymore.
Feels like it's too late, yeah.
He just needs to make sure you keep the Morphling alive.
Lotus is going to be really nice in that regard. I feel like he just has to, like, Morphling's going to output the damage and Flywind just has to kind of be the nuisance, just like taking up full brunt of the force and allow the Morphling to kind of just freely right click. See, it's gonna be.
That's why he needs like either a Force Staff, Lotus, like anything to keep. Okay, this time it actually makes sense to get an A on this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But I would prefer like going for Force Staff or Lotus, either one. Force Staff is actually very very useful here because it allows them to kite around the Naga illusions or even the Pangolier ultimate. And
Yeah,
it's cheap.
yeah.
It's really cheap. You can just get it fairly soon.
He's got Radiance and Executor. But yeah, I agree with the. I think they need some way to kite the
the
fight.
Radiance is like the Radiance is like a little dream too big, you know.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get close to it. We are kind of poking and prodding a little bit over on Setsu down, but forcing some rotations. I mean, they've got a really nice ward on the high ground.
Vision is key.
It is name of the game. Going to be able to take the last outer tower. They've got a Vlad's now. I mean, it feels like Radiant just... These drawn out fights just heavily favor them. Like, if Dire can't burst a couple of heroes down, like, who's the most important hero already? Because I'm trying to see, like... it feels like Morphling, like, has to kill the Chen. Like, you just got to get rid of this hero. The Pipe is doing so much. The Pipe, the Vlad's the heal.
Technically, you kind of have to kill the Dazzle first. Otherwise, there's no point killing the other heroes.
Yep.
Dazzle has to be public enemy #1 for Dire team. Whose job is to kill the Dazzle? Kind of difficult. It's not that easy because they don't have Blink on the Mars.
They got Blink online. Can they initiate and then find the Scythe Finger of Death?
Yep, they have to try to do that.
They gotta try, but there's the Lotus Orb. Once a Felix here.
Dazzle, they got the Dazzle.
BKB, but there comes the Grave through. Felix doing a nice job of cutting up the fight. Another Fiend Script control. They'll drop the arena. The song as well with the BKBs. They're beating to OP. He'll get the Graves out. It's enough. Finger of Death. Scythe as well as in the river, so they'll lose the Pangli. OP.
Oh, no vision!
In the background, they're going to be careful. Morphling. It's getting shredded. It's there. He's going to try and man fight here. They don't have the BKB. They're trying to get on top of OP here. They will be able to bring him down, but what surprise, because Monet, the Naga illusions, just ripping them all to shreds here. Super's going to be able to stay alive, but RNG, they've got to disengage. However, Flywind still playing on the front line here, but they've used all their abilities. They chucked everything onto OP, and Naga's just able to hit freely here. Super wrapping on the backline here. Flywind still will get brought down. They're even going to buy back on the Pangolier. Nice use of the spear, but they get the ensnare, so old Setsu will fall alongside two other heroes on RNG.
That was a really good song there by a SAG. The moment the two heroes, the two cores pop their BKB, his song stopped the fight. Even though Bane got the grip on Pango, but once the BKBs ran out, the Naga just dominated.
They're outside the base here. Nice stun. Still with the torrent
no
follow.
buyback.
Yeah, this
no buyback on Mars and Morphling.
They're in trouble here. They're gonna lose another hero. Bane will just drop. The base is gonna fall pretty fast with just all the stuff.
This is like 2 lanes, 3 lanes.
Yeah, they're gonna struggle at holding this. And they just, no glyph. They just popped it, so they're gonna... SAG looking to take a full set of racks down bot. Mid's still open for them as well. They are gonna have everyone up in 10 seconds here. But Radiant, you just see how goddamn tanky they are. Like, it just took so long for them to kill the Dazzle, and Setsu's gonna try and do whatever he can. even DD commits the BKB to try and find the melee racks. We'll try and get the TP out under the cover of the BKB. He's going to be successful at that. So 13,000 net worth lead for
Wow.
SAG.
Guess what Naga is buying? He understands the importance of this item.
A BKB?
I think this is like the. I'm sure I've seen once or twice, but it's so rare that Naga actually buys BKB. It's very, very rare. You hardly see this hero ever buy BKB.
Yeah, you just try and tank up his stats. That's. But there is a lot of magic damage on RNG.
Does he really need the BKB though?
I don't think he dies. It feels like RNG just using everything on like
I mean,
the other
why not
heroes.
why not just buy the Skadi? And I mean, if you are worried about being not tanking, Skadi can somewhat deal with that, and it does give you even more damage plus the slow. I think the slow is actually very, very useful in terms of chasing down all these heroes. This tanky, Necro, Mars, even the Morphling.
They're trying to protect the Observer Ward actually mid lane. Sorry, Conker. Yeah, they're going to be able to bring him down before the BKB. Does have buyback, dead for 100. You take a look at the lanes, so the Naga is doing a very good job. Actually, it's the, looks like the summons and the Necro. Top shoved in.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, it's
tower
the,
is under attack.
I just imagine it would be the Naga pushing it up, but it was actually the good old Dazzle Necro book, so they do get that tier 1 tower mid finally. I mean, that's
Minions.
just a bunch of stuff that's on the ground from SAG, and Roche is not up as well, which is nice. So yes, you find the Conquer kill, but they're just going to use this time to try and landscape out the map and deal with the waves, try and shove this in, get a little bit of farm, maybe some vision down.
Oh, fancy words, yeah. Landscaping the map.
Landscaping, I mean, you gotta trim
Are
it.
you some graphic designer or you
Graphic
interior
designer?
interior designer?
No, nothing
You
like
do
that.
landscaping.
No, I'm not definitely no landscaper here. I'll leave that for some other people. They're gonna smoke up though. Oh, they find a Dazzle. This is a very key target here, but now the song should be a little bit too much damage
Buyback?
still.
Oh, no buyback. Yes, no buyback.
And now
Is
this
that
is
Roche?
gonna be Roche. Yeah, 30 seconds. We'll be up in. I mean, they should be able to do it relatively fast. And now Monet, aggressive waveform. I mean, I don't think Radiant can defend this. I mean, they are cutting out mid. They actually don't have any creeps, I should say. So no T2 tower, but Roche is the prize right now.
Please, AFK in the Roshan. They need to just wait in the Roshan right now. Oh no, he just left. That could have been. They could have had enough
Monet, he's
time
gonna
to
check. Monet's gonna check. He's no silly duffer. Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, that's actually nuts. That's actually big.
That
That's
could have
super
just
big.
been a game changer, you know. Starting the Roche that what 10 seconds faster. Naga has no song. Oh no, they missed the timing. Oh, that's
Okay, they know
actually so
now.
sad.
They know now.
Yeah. it's too
At least
late.
they know now. Yeah, it's too late, unfortunately. Radiant, they've got the numbers.
Wow, they're still trying to do it? This is going to be very, very close. Oh, this is risky. Very
BKB's back
risky.
up.
I don't like this.
They got too many ways to scout. The lanes are in, honestly, a relatively good spot. They're going to shove out, though, because bot Naga is along with the super creep, so they're going to have to do something fast. They're about to lose the equilibrium with how the map is playing right now and all the side lanes. Trying to protect their Observe Ward.
Eventually, Radiant is going to be able to win this Mexican standoff.
The Mexican stand-up. Flywin went back for the Ags as well. So has this Radiance queued up, but... What do you
Oh,
think
he's
about the
still-
new Ags? The change...
On Necro?
Yeah.
So it's what the Ghost Shroud having what? What's the thing? Less cooldown, right? Or less cooldown
yeah,
and
10
increase.
second cooldown.
And what's
And just
What's
the
the
hard
other-
stopper damage
the
while your
stopper
Ghost
damage?
Shroud is active. So
It's nice, definitely nice. I don't think it's better than the old one. The old one
Yeah.
was downright broken.
yes, yep, that was that was nuts actually. I can remember first coming in with that and just going to the Necro, going like Dag and Ags and just life
Facebook
was
time.
rough.
Just type Facebook time whenever you get a kill with the
Yeah.
agonists.
Yep, just be like, all right, I'll see you then. Enjoy.
And back then you couldn't even buy back
Oh, yeah, it was,
after you got referred. Oh no.
And there we go. I mean, you brought up that the lanes are eventually going to get good for Radiant, so Mars has to go back and... I mean, Mars is not running to this Roche, and Ed is now done.
They could just song in that Roche. This is...
They shredded that.
It's very low risk for Radiant.
Well, they do have... Right, so they got Aegis now. Cheese as well onto the Naga Siren. They are looking pretty comfortable with how this is transitioning into their favor. What? Has he used a BKB? No, so it's still only 10 seconds on the Naga. Okay.
I'm going to say that he's never going to need this BKB.
It feels very defensive. It does feel very
Why is he so afraid of dying? They have a Grave, Shadow Grave, they have Chen Heal, they have Mech, they have Shadow Wave. What more do you need?
They have a lot, and yeah. Well, I feel like Naga just has to like literally just run into the middle of the fight though, like can't come up late.
Yeah, it's just like my dream item would be. I kind of feel okay for the Silver Age. It's nice, it needs their heroes. But the other items I would fill in with a Butterfly, Skadi. Maybe even a Basher would be fine.
Yeah, he's still got multiple options to go to.
BKB is the I really don't want to die item. Not playing to win, some may say. Just playing to be alive.
Just playing to be alive?
It doesn't mean you're gonna win the game, you know?
Oh, okay, so there you go. I was gonna say the Hex and still the Mana Drain. I saw the Mana Drain earlier, but I wasn't sure if the Hex still dealt with the illusions.
Till the level 20 Lion.
The AoE?
Yeah,
the Mana Drain.
+2. I mean, not AoE, kind of. Okay, I'm not sure if it's AoE, but just...
It feels, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get what you mean though, the +2. It's gotta really split up the illusions then, but... it feels like they're just using this time. I mean, how do they go higher ground though on Radiant? What, do you just put Naga on the front line with a bunch of healers on the back?
Naga runs in, sings good night lullaby. The rest of the team, the slaves, will do the work.
Sleep. Okay.
Yeah. The slaves would hit the buildings. Bring down the wall! While I am just chilling.
Well, I'm just beating onto the buildings, and he's got Nullify now completed on the Naga, so this new Nullifier is going to be interesting.
He's not microing the illusions? Oh, that's tilting.
Well, the new Nullifier against the Necro is actually nice. Might be able to find one of the supports here. They have Vision? Nice stun onto 2. Wow, who's the picky? Oh, it's only a melee group, okay. CDA's got the Hex. But we're still just seeing a bunch of back and forth here, though. No one's really able to find the opening. That's just the nightmare.
They should just send the 4 heroes top. Naga should be playing around here alone, and then find an opportunity. Like you need to like keep constantly send your illusions in, right? So it creates a false sense of security for the enemy team. Oh, this is an illusion. Then in one instance, you go in, you storm the enemy heroes. Your team is right-clicking a tower here. That's gonna give you opportunity to break the racks. And sure, they're gonna have glyph one time. Then you do it the next time. Then what? They're gonna eventually take damage.
They've got the outpost control. On top of Mars here, forces out the BKB. No way to cancel this, however, but that was your 8-second charge. And they are now going to smoke up.
Schmock deceit.
Dude, they can bait here. Attempt on the Necrophos. They will get the Nightmare Stun. Still gonna fly through, however, Felix. Ultimate kind of getting negated. He actually does get the Lotus Orb, so it stops the Fiend's grip. And now with the Nullifier, Necro still find the front line here. They get the Spirit Vessel as well. Melts through him. That was a lot of damage there. Still just gonna be careful here. I mean, the melee, so the range rack's just getting shredded. And now this is 2 full sets. Radiant, they still have the Aegis for another minute as well. So they're just gonna go up for the last set here. I mean, Necro's buyback has to force it out here. And Radiant, they go for the song if they want to disengage. But I mean, they still have the Aegis, so they're feeling pretty content with being able to take this fight here. Got all the summons to play around with. RNG is going to be a difficult higher ground for them. Setsu doesn't have the ultimate at the moment as well, so they'll walk upside the base here. The Necro's the big target, just brought back there. If you can kill this hero. Nice, just the stun with the burst. Naga, oh, the Grave stops the Finger of Death. Going to try and disengage with the cover of the Glimmer Cape, and now they're actually keeping him alive. So Fingers down. I mean, there's a lot of their bursts to be able to find a target through Scythe as well. You see, if you can't kill the Dazzle, just the saving grace coming through from OP God.
Well, very useful BKB there on the Naga.
Kappa, and they're gonna go back up. So Aegis will time out in about 10 seconds here. SAG have to be careful. See if they time the
It's
Aegis.
not microing the illusions, man.
Yeah, just getting shredded here, but with that, Aegis will end up falling. Lions going Ags.
They're not very sure how to close out this game. I can tell they're not very used to playing with Naga. Because it takes a lot of experience to understand how much you can get done with the Naga in this kind of scenario. Like, basically, it's very, very low risk. Naga is standing here, like I said. I'm just repeating myself. You send your illusions here, and then eventually you find an opportunity, you send your real hero in, and you cast Song here. And you sleep the enemy heroes. Your team is here, they hit the tower, yeah sure. First time they do it. Reset, do it again. The next time you do the same thing, the tower's going down.
Do you want them to song and hit the tower, or take it a fight with that song?
No, take the tower.
Okay.
Kill the tower. Because the Dire doesn't really want to be forced in a situation where they can't defend. They want to try to fight. So if you use the song that way, and you can TP out safely, and the moment the song is ending, your team just retreats. It's very, very, very low risk.
Yeah, we'll see if SAG are able to make that movement happen. I mean, I think it's the best way for them to go high ground. You said they're struggling right now.
It's low risk, you know. It's not just the best way, it's just low risk. It might not be the best way. That you might be able to brute force in a head-on team fight. But this way,
you might be able to find an 8 with the Linken's pop. They got the Hex Spirit Vessels on top of the backline. Nice using the Nightmare, but still the Come's going to come through. Can they bring him down fast enough? He's actually going to get knocked to the low ground now with the BKB. Monet's going to try and put as much damage as possible, but the BKB fully nulled out as we see Super on the backline. Felix creating way too much chaos with the Pangolier. They get the Hex, stopping the Naga's damage coming through, but I don't think it's going to matter here. Flywin tries to brute force into the middle of the fight here, but won't be successful as we see the Bane end up dropping. Now Setsu's going to be the next target as well with his own BKB committed. Necro forced onto the backline. He has the US Scepter, gets rid of the Spirit Vessel, but he's still going to be the next target from Radiant. They just don't have the damage. RNG trying to do as much as they can with the side. No, it's not enough. They keep him alive. This song perfectly played coming through from the Naga side, and our Necrophos once again with another Ghost Shroud. The reduced cooldown helping out with the Aghanim. Somehow Flywin is still alive here, but now with the Nullifier, they constantly have to move and see Slow's chasing him inside the base here. The Fiend's Grave, they need to deal with a super ultimate here. Is there any way to cancel as it looks like it will eventually come through? So Bane's going to end up falling thanks to the Swashbuckle. They also give the cheese on the Naga. They both don't have buyback, Winter. They could just end this game. Another torrent. The Stray one catches out the Morphling, gets the waveform away. But they're just going for the tier 4s here. RNG, it's a miracle right now. They've got to try and do something with the drag back line. He's going to get caught. The arena not really perfectly placed to be able to help out. Manate tries to deal with the support in the back line, but without the burst coming through, they've got the Eontis protection as well. So Manate doing as much as he can, but it's just not enough, unfortunately. You'll have to Swashbuckle to disengage. But Radiant, all the goddamn sustain. They just don't kill these heroes. They're so tanky. What do you actually do right now? Naga still has his BKB as well. Felix falling low. Manate does bring him down. He has the strength. He's going to be able to play around with this. They've lost the tier 4 tower. Penguin's going to buy back though, but still the Necro's up in 30 seconds. And there we go. The torrent set. Manate has a buyback. We'll be able to rejoin them, but tier 4's now dropped. The creeps dealing with the throne here. They do have the glyph. Lion's going to be the next target here with the drag back. They will be able to end up finding the kill. It's all up to Morphling. This is the target. This is the queen for Dire. RNG. Is he able to do enough though? The creeps beating onto the objective. This could just be it. Looks like they aren't able to hold long enough. With the creeps and the Naga side just doing as much as they can. They can even pop the song if they need to take the throne, and instead the G's are dropped. So SAG, they continue on with their run. They remain undefeated throughout the group stages, 5-0 with a clean 2-0 over RNG.
Well, this team has been improving a lot since the formation of the team. They have grown a lot in terms of how well they can execute their lineups, and overall they have a pretty good understanding about what to pick and what to prioritize in the current meta. Sure, sometimes they do make some errors and maybe some questionable item choices, but overall as a team, they're looking really, really strong right now.
Yeah, when they got formed, you know, they were kind of going back and forth with a couple of players, but it looks like they've got a nice little set here with this, introduction of the new SAG, and they're coming out hot. They're taking some big name teams down, and they're looking pretty good, honestly. Like with these games, it's not like they're being like kind of a couple of flukes here. You know, they've been performing incredibly well, and in the end, they just brute force up that high ground and. Just the mass amount of sustain coming through from sparking. It felt like RNG just could not burst anyone. They attempted with like maybe the shotgun into Scythe, Finger of Death to block one hero, but it just felt like it was not enough in the end. And
I mean, the last pick was not very good, I think. They had a hero that can deal with the Naga, but look at overall their lineup. It doesn't feel very, very strong when they group up. They're lacking in a lot of team fight. Their only team fight is like the arena, but they don't have enough damage to throw into the arena. That's why in the fights, you could see that nobody's dying. And on top of that, they're up against a Chen with a mech on the Dazzle. There's a lot of sustain and they both. The last pick, if they had something like a Lash, it would give them much more like a clear path to victory in the fights. Like BKB running, you kill the illusions with Edict plus your Pulse Nova, and you can follow up with the Mars Ultimate and stun with your Speed Earth. It just has more synergy that way. The Necro is just like trying to hard counter the lane in the Naga, but Naga didn't even get slowed down too much. She still just farmed, basically cut waves, go behind the tower, and did her thing.
yeah, Naga did really well in the lane with being able to kind of not really feel the presence of the Necro against that matchup, and just like you said, cutting the wave, and like these offlane heroes have done from time and time again, like the Axe and Darkseid for an example.
So far, I think laning has been their strength for SAG. Like a lot of the games they played, they might not have the best mid to late game decision making and how they play, but their early game has been spectacular. Very good at the lanes. They know what to pick to win the lanes and how to balance drafts. Just overall, very, very solid in the first 10-15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it feels like they have a really good understanding of the meta. Like you said, lanes are so important right now. And also a lot of the sustained heroes, I've seen them go for the Chen, the Dazzle a couple times. Like it feels like they've got a really good understanding of what they need to be able to take these games.
Chen is really, really OP in high level Dota right now. That's what I think. He's very, very strong.
And with that being said, Sparking Arrow, they're going to be able to take our last best of 3 tonight, a clean 2-0 for them. So it's another day done for the China Dota Association. We'll have 2 more best of 3s tomorrow, with Ocean taking on PSG OGD and then eHome up against Asta. But that is it for myself and Winter. I appreciate everyone tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow for some more Dota.